Hello, this video is the first video in a series to help you begin using XPAD for your field data collection. XPAD is an Android-based field tool that works with total stations, robotic total stations, and GNSS equipment. It's really simple to start using XPAD, and it will make sense to you out of the box without reading any user manuals. XPAD is a mature product providing best-in-class background maps, data exchange, and COGO. XPAD is fully Americanized today, supports international feet, US survey feet, and quadrant bearings. XPAD runs great on most Android smartphones and tablets. So let's get started by installing XPAD on my brand new Google Pixel 4a. I'm going to show you how to do an initial installation of XPAD from scratch on an Android device. Then we're going to update XPAD to the latest version, and then we're going to download and install the US localization package, and then we're going to do an initial configuration for the default state plane zones and the units and display values that we'd like to see in a standard job. So let's get started. The first thing, to make it easy, we've provided a direct link to the latest install file. If you go to igps.com, you can just do this on your Android device. In this case, I'm using a Google Pixel 4a phone. In the corner over here, there's a link that says XPAD links. If you click on that, see there's a big button and a link down below. All you need to do to install XPAD is click on the download button. Now, when you click on the download button, a screen will pop up at the bottom of your device and ask you if you want to download the APK file that does the installation. You can just click on the blue download button. I'll click on it, and it will install XPAD from that APK file. After you've installed XPAD, you can put an icon on your home page to start it from. Flick up and go to all of the programs, and then click and hold on the icon and drop it onto your home page. And then you can start XPAD just by clicking on the icon. First thing we want to do is check for updates. And you can do that by pushing the button at the top where there's a little arrow pointing towards the down. If you click on that, XPAD will automatically load any new updates that have been released since you did the installation. And right now it looks like there's an update for November. I'm going to click on install, and it's going to download that update and place it on my Android device. In this case, I'm using a Google Pixel 4a. Okay, depending on the speed of your internet, it'll take between a few seconds and several minutes to download the update. When the update completes, you'll be given the opportunity to install the update. Depending on your phone settings, you may have to manually do the install. I'm going to go into settings. I'm going to allow updates. Click on back. And at the completion of the installation, it'll give you a message that says the app's been installed, and we can reopen. Get to put in our language again. Now, before we set up our first job, let's install the United States accessory pack. And we can do that by going to settings and then miscellaneous and coming down to localization settings. And we're going to pick the language US and click on install. And I'm going to click the download button. And that's going to download a list of all of the localization packages that are available for XPAD. The only one that I'm interested in is the United States localization package. So the localization packages include all of the state plane zones, all of the county zones, all of the special zones, and all of the GEOIDS in use in the United States. We'll come down here to the bottom, pick XPAD US pack, and it'll automatically download the package. This is a fairly large download, so it'll take between a few seconds and a few minutes depending on the speed of your internet connection. When the localization package completes downloading, it will automatically install after you click the Yes button. Probably don't want to delete the package file in case you need to reinstall it after an update at a later time. Now, after we do the localization package install, I'm going to click on Accept, and I'm going to go back to the Job menu under Job Utilities. Okay, now let's make a new job. Let's go to the Job menu, click on New, Open Jobs, click on New Job in the lower corner. I'm going to give it a name, Demo 1. I'll accept that, and then I'm going to go to the coordinate system. Now, I'm working in Utah North zone. So let's go to Cartographic System, and yes, I want to select a predefined system, and go to US NAD 83. Come down and find Utah NAD 83 North, and those are the correct parameters. I'm going to click on Accept. On the right button, and then I'm going to choose a vertical system. Current system for Utah is GEOID 2018 US. Click on Accept again. Now, I'm going to use this system over and over. In fact, every job that I start needs to be in this system. At this point, if I click on the Tools button in the lower right corner, I can save this as the default system. I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to save it as a named system. And I'm going to make the name be Utah North. That way, by default, I'm going to start out in Utah North, but if I happen to go south and work in Utah Central, when I come back, I can recall that as Utah North without having to go through so many keystrokes. Okay, we've installed XPad, we've updated XPad, and we've installed the localized system for the United States. Let's set up our standard defaults. We can do that by going to Settings, and then let's go to Units. For angles, I like degrees, minutes, seconds. For azimuths, I need bearings, so I can only count to 90. For distances in Utah, we're going to use US feet. Everything else is fine here. Now let's go to decimals. When I'm displaying an angle, I think 2 decimal places on the seconds would be fine. 3 decimal places on feet are fine. 2 decimal places for elevation are fine. Distance is 3. Area, feet, that's fine. Slopes, 2%. For lat long, I probably only need 5 decimals on the seconds. Now in coordinates, we're going to want our northing to be displayed first. So we're going to change the coordinate order to north followed by east. And in Utah, we use the north orientation. A few things to change in the GNSS accuracy check. I think that a horizontal tolerance of 0.15 is appropriate and a vertical of 0.175. I like to check the DOP. I want a warning if it's greater than 3. And I also like to check for a minimum number of satellites. And I think a value of 9 satellites is appropriate. So if a GPS receiver, because of canopy, is less than 9 satellites in use, I'm going to get a warning when I try to save a shot. Everything else in here is okay. Go to our total station settings. Looks good. Let's say distance value though of 0.05 and an elevation of 700 should be fine. So again, we can go to Tools and we can save our settings as a default. So the next job that we start will have the same values. Go to Tools and let's name a setting here. Let's call it great. Well, that's all there is to setting up XPad initially on your phone, installing updates, and installing the localization packages, and configuring your standard default jobs. Thank you very much for watching this video. So that's all there is to the initial installation. Be sure to check out the next videos where we set up a network rover, a UHF basin rover, robotic total stations, and do some real survey tasks. Thank you very much for watching this video.